We obviously have a job here at home, and we got to take care of it.
Win-win at home. I think that's our focus.
The crowd's unbelievable. If we can ride that wave and play a good solid game.
It definitely gives us a lot of energy. These are the most fun games to be a part of. Down 3-2, get to go home, play in front of our fans. Like I said, not fired up for that, then you got something wrong with you.
Welcome to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Utah, are we all in? Be loud! We've said it all season long. Why not Utah?
Walking the tightrope, Arrester misses wide. Marino scores! John Marino leads off the scoring for the Mammoth.
Keller to the middle. Krause with a shot. He scores! Lawson Krause and Utah back in front.
Yamamoto, Gunther shoots and scores! He's not next. He's now.
Holding Kerfoot across and a goal! Michael Carcone! Take it away. Shot, goal! And Vegas has taken a 3-2 series lead.
You're not just a player, you're a hockey player, and you need to battle for those things.
The following is an exclusive presentation of the Utah Mammoth. Stanley Cup hockey is on the air.
Code Blue!
And this is Hockey Night in Utah.
I cannot wait to get this place busted!
Hockey Night in Utah is powered by Mammoth Plus, your all-access streaming platform for your Utah Mammoth, and by the Utah Mammoth socials. Follow at Utah Mammoth on Instagram, X, and TikTok today.
He's done it again! Wow!
Playoff hockey begins now.
My goodness, I hope the roof's bolted on.
Here's Mike Folta and Tyson Nash.
Backs against the wall, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Utah Mammoth are levied with one charge tonight: do or die. It's Game 6 between Utah and Vegas, and it's a must-win for the Mammoth. Welcome to Hockey Night in Utah inside the Delta Center. We've got ourselves a Friday night here in Salt Lake City. Mike Folta, glad to be with you. I'll be joined by Tyson Nash here in just a moment. The Mammoth trail 3-2 in the series, and they play tonight not for a series lead or the promise of home ice advantage, but as President Thomas Whitmore would say in the 1996 cinematic masterpiece Independence Day, they are fighting to free themselves from annihilation. They are fighting for their right to live, to exist in these playoffs. Now, one movie quote does not necessarily beget another. The Mammoth don't need if we played them 10 times, we might win 9 type of speech from Kurt Russell playing Herb Brooks in Miracle. Utah's been right there with Vegas every step of the series, and they're more than capable of forcing a Game 7. 2 nights ago, the Mammoth led Vegas with 1 minute left in regulation before Pavel Dorofeev scored a hat-trick goal to send Game 5 into overtime. As the Mammoth searched for the game winner on the power play, it was Brett Howden of Vegas who stole a puck and sent the Fortress into a frenzy with an OT winning short-handed tally. Utah has now lost back-to-back games, games 4 and 5, by a 5-4 score in overtime. 6 ounces of vulcanized rubber bounce a different way here and there, and the Mammoth could have won this series by now. But as it is, the Mountain Blue ride into the Valley of Death to try and stave off elimination. The only question is, can they rewrite a new ending to Lord Tennyson's poem, The Charge of the Light Brigade, or will the Mammoth meet their demise in the same way as Tennyson's 600? While horse and hero fell, they that had fought so well. So we bring in someone who knows a thing or two about fighting, Tyson Nash. And Nasher, was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Heck no.
You are a beauty. That was a masterpiece, a master class. Unbelievable, buddy. That is next level right there.
But this Mammoth team, Tyson, they don't need a miracle. They don't need an otherworldly performance tonight. to win here and force a Game 7. They've been right there with Vegas step for step.
They have, and they've led. They've led in some of these games. They've given up leads, right? You have to have that killer instinct, kill or be killed. And tonight, with this crowd in the Delta Center, I have been so excited, Fultz, and I'll tell you what, I haven't missed playing the game of hockey for 20 years. Tonight, I miss it. Playoffs, this atmosphere, this environment, Game 6, an elimination game, this is why you play the game of hockey. And you're going to find out what you're made of here tonight.
This place looks incredible right now with wristbands and lights on the glass and on the handrails, laser beams shooting right into our eyeballs. You look dynamite. Tyson, how about this atmosphere right now?
It's incredible. And I've been licking my chops waiting to get here to see and to feel it, right? We talked to Schmidt before the game here tonight. He said, my butt just rattles on the bench. I love it. I look forward to it. That gets me amped up. That gets me fired up. And when you get hit, it doesn't hurt as much. You block a shot, it doesn't hurt as much. And the fans, you use that for energy, to energize you at this type of situation. In this big of a game, this is what it's all about.
There's a nervous energy inside the Delta Center here tonight. Before we get to puck drop and the anthems in our starting lineups, let's first take a listen back to how things unfolded in Game 5 at the Fortress. The chips are down on Las Vegas Boulevard. The Utah Mammoths sit across the table from the Vegas Golden Knights, and we're about to see who has the better hand in Game 5. Welcome to a Stanley Cup Playoffs edition of Hockey Night in Utah. Hurdle, and this comes out to center, and a big collision there. Ian Cole stepping up on Kolasar. Eichel in towards the net. Eichel dances, shot down by Vejmelka. Mammoth clear to the line, but held in by Theodore. 30 seconds left in the power play. Go for Rister, misses wide. Marino scores! John Marino leads off the scoring for the Mammoths. Kolasar, 2-on-2. Centers, and Vejmelka got there with the pass to knock it away. Comes out to Dorofeev, a wrist shot, scores! Power play goal for Pavel Dorofeev and the Golden Knights. On face-off, Rasmus Andersson dances in, skates behind the Utah net, tries to wrap it around, but Melka got over with the right pad, turns it around the clock in the offensive zone. Now Krause, open, scores! Keller set it up, and Krause knocked it down. Mammoth back in front, middle of the second period. Puck in front for Dorofeev, and he scores his second of the game. Vegas ties it. Theodore rifles one, they score. Golden Knights take the lead for the first time tonight. Shea Theodore wide open at the right point. This is sent towards the net, loose and cleared away. That was Logan Cooley, rather it was Barrett Hayden, who made a goal-saving swipe of the stick to knock it out of the blue paint. 2-on-1 with Gunther. Yamamoto, Gunther shoots and scores! He's not next, he's now! Dylan Gunther scores his third of the series and jam it out of a dangerous area. Marner comes free with it, then got sealed off by Marino with authority. This comes back the other way for Vegas as Yamamoto dumps one of the Golden Knights down to the ice. Yamamoto had 9 hits in Game 4, a career high. Jersey and Marner tied up away from the play. The crowd wants a penalty, none given. Signaling Jersey his way. Jersey had trouble with it, knocked ahead. Look out! Up the ice, it's Stone on a breakaway. Stone shoots, close, save, made by Vejmelka. Kerfoot moving in, Karkonia one-timer, scores! Mammoth in front, here in the third. Michael Carcone lights up Sin City. Theodore, center blue. Eichel, one-timer, save, rebound, they score! Pavel Dorofeev has a hat trick, and we're tied at 4 with 53 seconds left in regulation. Marner shoots off the glove of Vejmelka, goes behind the Utah net. With Eichel leading the attack, shot stopped by Vejmelka with the glove. Karel Vejmelka with a big glove stop on Pavel Dorofeev. Raining, wraparound try, pad save Vejmelka, he makes another stop here. Vejmelka seeing it all right now in overtime. Schmaltz wins the drawback. Mammoth setting up. Marino wrist shot, tipped on goal, and Hart makes a save. That was Schmaltz with a redirection, and it was a good one. with a fake handoff here. Now shoots. It's tipped towards the net. Marino will follow up, and the Golden Knights get to it. Marino was trying to bank it in off of Carter Hart for his second goal of the game. Now Marner right back in. He shoots. Vejmelka makes a save, and there's no rebound. The Knights, here they come. It's a shot by Sissons, walled off by Vejmelka. Mammoth were excellent on the power play to end the year. Now they give it away. Eichel shoots. Stonewalled by Vejmelka. And Venti keeps Utah alive after a shorthanded chance by Jack Eichel. Give it away. Howden comes in front. He shoots and scores. A shorthanded goal by Brett Howden. And Vegas wins Game 5. Mammoth are on the ropes. A year ago today, Brett Howden scored an overtime winner against Minnesota, and he celebrates the anniversary with an overtime winner against Utah. Unbelievable scene at T-Mobile Arena. Vegas defeating Utah 5-4 in overtime. Here tonight in Salt Lake City, we have stepped out of reality, and with blue and white lights flashing all around us, we have leaped into what feels like the surreal. Tyson, you don't need any motivation for a game like this. At least you shouldn't. How do you channel all of this nervous energy into something positive?
Well, you ride it, right? This is why, again, you play the game of hockey. The regular season is one thing. This is next level. These fans, this arena right now is buzzing. I had to turn down my hearing aids before I came in here tonight, folks, because I knew it would be this loud, this electric, but you ride the wave. And I think the biggest thing, the message in that locker room, this is a team that took way too many penalties the other night. You want to be aggressive, but you cannot be reckless. Not in this game. Can't get caught out of position, do your job. Comes down to execution, bottom line.
Special teams, such a big factor. Just a couple seconds left here, Nasher, but what's your X factor for tonight besides special teams?
Well, exactly that. It was special teams. You got to find a way. One power play goal in the series. That's not going to get it done. You know there's going to be penalties in this game. Make sure you make Vegas pay, folks.
Here come the Mammoths onto the ice. This place is absolutely bonkers right now. Puck drop coming up just moments away. We'll bring you the start of the first on the other side of this break here on Hockey Night in Utah.
This season, Mountain Land Supply is teaming up with Utah Mammoth to support families in need. For every Mammoth assist, Mountain Land Supply will donate $20 to Primary Children's Hospital to provide critical care and resources to children in need. The Utah Mammoth organization is proud to match these donations dollar for dollar up to $20,000. Together, we can make a difference.
In America, the future belongs to everyone, so we built the vehicles of the future for everyone. Command the road with America's best-selling trucks for 46 years and counting, Ford F-Series. Gear up and head out in an all-wheel drive Ford SUV, perfect for the mountains, city, and everywhere in between. Or check out Ford's adventurous new lineup like Bronco, Bronco Sport, and Maverick. Inventory has arrived. Head to your local Ford stores today for big cash back, low APR, and great lease offers based on 1977 to 2022 CY total sales.
Hurt in a car wreck, dog bite, slip and fall. Just call Quick Swap. One call, that's all.
After a car wreck, dealing with big insurance companies on your own can hurt your case. One call, that's all means we take care of everything. From dealing with insurance companies to helping you find doctors and repair shops, we're here to guide you from start to finish. Call Craig Swap & Associates today at 801-444-4444.
One call, that's all.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to americafirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership eligibility terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
The quest for Lord Stanley's Cup takes place right here.
And we are underway here in the 2026 Stanley Cup playoffs
on Hockey Night in Utah.
Katie Bowers of the Utah Air National Guard is being honored as our hero of the game down at ice level, and with both teams standing at rapt attention at their respective blue lines, it's time for the great tradition of our national anthem sung by Kaylee Busio.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight till as gleaming whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
A rendition that would make Francis Scott Key proud. Thank you, Kaylee Busio. And with that, let us get our starting lineup for the Mountain Blue.
The Utah Mammoth, starting 6.
Jack McBain, center, Toronto.
Evan Stenlund, center, Stockholm, Sweden.
Brandon Tanev, forward, Toronto, Ontario.
Ian Cole, defenseman, Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Sean Dersey, defense, Mississauga, Ontario.
Carl Vijanoka, goalie, Trebek.
Andres Ringy, head coach, Nicolette Quebec.
How about that, Nasher? The McBain train back in here in Game 6 and in the starting lineup.
Let's go. Total disrespect for your body. Folks, if you can't get up for this one, you better check for a heartbeat. Holy!
Jack McBain played in Game 1. He was a shell of himself in that game. Only played about 9 minutes. He's fighting through injury right now, and he will be on a line with Stenlund and Tanev. Karel Vejmelka at one end, Carter Hart at the other end. Those are your goaltenders for Utah and Vegas, respectively, here in Game 6. It has been the goaltending matchup in each game so far. Rally towels overhead. Jack McBain anxious to get started as he gets warned by our referee to give Colton Sissons some space along the red line. And here is Stenlund head-to-head with Dowd. Anxious energy at the Delta Center. The puck is down, and we are underway on Hockey Night in Utah. Stenlund broke his stick immediately. Gets a new one from Matt Schwegman, our assistant equipment manager. Puck in the Mammoth zone as Stenlund flags it down, and this is Jack McBain rumbling out through center. Plays it off a broken stick, and it's out to neutral ice for Sean Dersey. Sissons back the other way for Vegas, fending off McBain as this gets lifted in deep, and the veteran Ian Cole heads back to play it. Ian Cole played in all 82 games this season. Despite his experience, he has no problem staying in the lineup for the Mammoths.
Couple big hits already in this game, and for Utah, it's all about establishing that forecheck.
That puck hit the linesman, ends up in the Mammoth zone. This is Mikhail Sergachev looking for a way out. Now it's Nick Schmaltz 2-on-2 across the line with Krause. Now Keller joins the attack. Keller on the backhand, fed it in front, and it goes wide. Just past the stick of Hart. Rasmus Andersson reels it in. He played a career-high 24.5 minutes in that double overtime marathon back on Wednesday night in Game 5. Puck on the near side of the Utah zone. There's Pavel Dorofeev. Centering pass for Eichel, sticked away, and this is Nick Schmaltz heading north with Keller. They're at the end of their shift. Veering in is Schmaltz, back for Keller. Cutting towards the high slot, a handoff for John Marino. Going back door, Keller shoots from his knees, and it was kicked away by Hart. What an effort there by the captain.
This one, you think there's nothing there. He creates something out of nothing.
Vegas right back into the attacking end. Along the goal line, Howden, Marner shoots. Vejmelka slams the door. His first test in this game. And it's an A+ for Veggie. 1 minute and 38 seconds in, denying Mitch Marner with the pads.
Opportunity folds by Keller at one end, and then Marner at the other, and that's a big stop, and that'll make Karel Vejmelka feel good. Feeling that puck early, a big save, a big stop, get the crowd into it, maybe get the veggie chants going here early and often.
The goaltending has been about even in this game so far, or in the series, I should say. Both goaltenders with save percentages right around .890 through the first 5 games. There's a glove stop from Karel Vejmelka, and we'll get to our All-SCO uniform check. If your business needs laundered uniforms delivered each week for your employees, remember it pays to keep clean with All-SCO uniforms. Vegas in their road whites with gray numbers, gold trim. Mammoth have their home rock blacks with salt white numbers. Mountain blue as that third color. Tyson and I are wearing the same uniform. We've got the light blue going.
We got the memo.
Here's Logan Cooley parading to center. 2 goals in this series. Cooley stick handles. Yamamoto drags, shoots, and it was canceled out by Anderson. Bouncing puck. Stone got a piece of it. Turned it over to Gunther. It's down the wall in the Vegas zone. Centering pass by Cooley. Knocked away by the captain Stone. Out to center it comes.
And if you're wondering what Andre Tourney thinks about this second unit, my goodness, lined up against that Stone line, which is one of their best lines for the Vegas Golden Knights.
It's got Stone and Marner on it. Those are 2 great defensive forwards as well. Puck all the way back in the Mammoth zone as Karel Vejmelka halts a puck behind his own net. Utah chips it out. This is Carcone reeling one in. He's got goals in back-to-back games for the Mammoth. Played in deep as Carcone applies the body on Jeremy Lauzon. Colasar scoots to center and sips it down the wall. Riley Smith moving in, centering for Hurdle. Off the goal stick of Vejmelka, it's loose in the crease, and Kerfoot swats it away. Out to neutral ice it goes. Both teams making changes. 0-0, 3 minutes into period 1. Mikhail Sergachev heads back to play it. He played 37.5 minutes to lead all skaters in Game 5.
Gentlemen, IV bag, my goodness.
Jack McBain got taken out by Cole Smith here in the Utah end as Brandon Tanev gets physical on Drayden McNabb. Golden Knights come away with it. Here's Theodore drifting in. Theodore pulls the trigger in and out of Vejmelka's glove, and it goes wide. McNabb gave it away. Tanev gets it as far as center. He took the hit to make the play. Golden Knights regroup.
You got to be so careful.
Oh, that's kept in. Tanev down the middle, shoots, and is kicked away by Hart. Brandon Tanev has had some great looks in this series. Still looking for his first goal.
It's incredible. Not a goal all season long. Hard to believe. If he didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all. But I got him for a snipe here tonight.
And don't follow him to the blackjack table when we head to Vegas for Game 7, as this is offsides against the Mammoth. Now quite 4 minutes into period number 1. A pretty good pace to this game, Tyson. And don't you think that favors Utah?
It does, because I don't think the Vegas Golden Knights are built that way. Where for the Utah Mammoth, they love the speed game. They want to get into a track meet. That's what makes them so dangerous. And more importantly, it's about the forecheck. They're 3rd in the National Hockey League for forecheck chances. So don't change a thing. That's your bread and butter. That's your calling card. Let's get to work.
Mammoth, one of the fastest teams in the league throughout the year. Vegas not known for their speed. They're also the 2nd oldest roster in the playoff field of the 16 teams. This puck comes down to the Mammoth zone as Nick Schmaltz, that's Keller rather, plays it out of the corner. It's stolen by Barbashev. Barbashev shoots up high, walled off by Vejmelka. He makes a follow-up stop. Bank play from Eichel goes awry, and it's Eichel in the corner. Vegas pressuring. This is Eichel, Barbashev, and Pavel Dorofeev. Nice play by Schmaltz at the blue line, and it's Keller rumbling into the offensive zone. Schmaltz dances in, he got hooked, and a penalty's coming against the Golden Knights. There was some last-ditch defending by the Mammoth on one end, aided by their goaltender Vejmelka, and on the other end, Schmaltz draws a minor.
Minor penalty hooking.
Oh, that's absolutely huge. And a heads-up play by Nick Schmaltz, recognizing that was a forward playing defense. He pulls it to the inside, and Barbashev just had no other choice but to can open him and hook him and take him down. So now the power play, it's only scored 1 power play goal in the series. Gets an early look to go to work and do some damage.
Technically 1 for 13 in the series, but The NHL stats don't count the power play at the end of Game 5 where the Mammoth gave up a shorthanded goal, so really they're 1 for 14.
Yeah. Even worse.
Pile on.
Even worse.
Logan Cooley will take the face-off. He was the catalyst that reignited the power play late in the regular season. He'll be head-to-head with Nick Dowd, who was brought in specifically for this purpose by Vegas at the trade deadline. And Dowd wins the face-off. Colasar behind his own net, trying to backhand it up the boards. He's trapped there by Cooley. It's free for Keller. Mammoth have possession in the offensive zone. This is Keller, slapping one high. Gunther gets to it on the near side. Schmaltz out for Sergachev. Gunther towards the net. It goes through the blue paint out wide. He wanted a tip. Keller scanning. Keller with a wrister. It's gloved and held by Carter Hart. 28 seconds gone by in Utah's first Rio Tinto power play of the game. And boy, it's a shoot-first mentality here from the Mountain Blue.
I don't mind that at all. And that's something we typically don't see a lot of, is Clayton Keller letting that thing go. And I think when you get the penalty killers thinking that's where the shot's going to come from, maybe that frees up Dylan Gunther a little bit on that right side, because we know when Gunther shoots it, it typically tickles the twine.
Anytime you start comparing somebody to Alexander Ovechkin, that's pretty fine company. Not saying Gunther's going to have the same career as the all-time goal leader in NHL history, but that one-timer has been equally as lethal. Cooley just got wiped out on the far side. We continue on as the Mammoth have to hit refresh at center. Schmaltz seeking entry. He finds Keller on the near side as Keller stick handles the puck in, gave it away. And out to center skates Cole Smith. Now a big difference in this series have been the two shorthanded goals that Vegas has scored. Mammoth have to be careful here on the power play. It was Brett Howden's shorthanded winner that ended the game Wednesday night in Vegas. Gunther's pass finds its way to Cooley. Nice play with his stick to locate Keller. Schmaltz in the bumper spot. Down low Cooley. This way Gunther. One-timer. Sergachev blocked by Marner. He wore that right off the shin pads. 35 seconds left in the power play as Gunther pursues in the offensive zone. Braden McNabb on the backhand, cannot clear. Gunther caught it in his midsection, but couldn't corral it. And Noah Hannafin slides it down. 25 to go in Utah's first power play, and here comes the second unit. Michael Carcone starts turning it up the ice with Kerfoot. He'll rattle the boards in behind Carter Hart. J.J. Peterka takes a hit. It comes around for Kerfoot. Now straight away Weegar. Peterka in front. Schmaltz backdoor for Kerfoot. He couldn't get a handle on it. It was Carcone trying to feed it across the slot. Puck in the corner, sent up the wall by Vegas, and out of the box comes Barbashev. Eichel on the prowl. He gains the line. We're at 5-on-5 in a 0-0 game. Puck back in the Mammoth zone with 13:20 to go in the first period, and this will be icing against the Mountain Blue.
Well, not much to show for it, but real good puck movement. All the skill guys for the Utah Mammoth touching that puck, which is real important. Get some confidence, get some touches, get feeling good about your game, and now you go to work. And Utah in this series has done a lot of their damage, 5-on-5. So nothing changes here in this first period. Time to get back to work.
Will be a defensive zone face-off after the icing whistle. Mammoth were able to get a second defenseman out there. So Marino's out there with Weegar as the two blue liners here in the D zone. Face-off controlled by Vegas. Theodore with a wrister tipped wide off a stick. J.J. Peterka in the corner, dueling with Tomas Hertl, a German and a Czech. Comes this way, slap shot, Korzak, and that's smothered by Vejmelka with no follow-up. Weegar and Colasar getting into it a little bit after the whistle.
And those are just simple plays. We talk about face-offs, the importance. Vegas wins that face-off, and they control the offensive zone.
0-0 with 13 minutes left in the first period. We've got a lot of work to do when we return here on Hockey Night in Utah.
I'm Jack McBain. You're listening to Utah Mammoth Hockey.
This is Mammoth Daily.
Liam O'Brien on our Wednesday Odd Man Rush. Speaking of chipping in offensively, your two goals have both come in national TV game. We started calling you primetime tuna on the air.
Tomorrow night, primetime?
I don't think so.
Well, let's try to break that tomorrow night.
Mammoth Daily with Mike Folta and Adrian Denny. New episodes drop Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. on YouTube. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.
No more postponing your dreams due to your busy lifestyle. Nightingale College gives you the opportunity to have the ideal work-life balance from the comfort of your home. Our nursing classes are 100% online with no waiting lists and are designed to help you succeed along your journey to become a nurse. Don't let life get in your way. Become a Nightingale nurse. Visit us today at nightingale.edu. Now accepting applications along the Wasatch Front for our upcoming spring semester.
Utah Mammoth are here for an exciting season. And Trucordia, the group name for a nationwide insurance brokerage based here in Utah, is proud to be a founding partner. The Trucordia companies deliver insurance solutions to help you protect what matters most. Home plus auto, employee benefits, construction, cyber. Trucordia blocks risks to help you ensure your goals. Learn more at Trucordia, spelled TRUCORDIA.com.
Our speed, our pace, everything that we can bring to the table to tip the scales in our favor is huge. You know, they played well. They're a good hockey team. We know that. So just trying to exploit whatever we can to get some more zone time, get some more O-zone time, get out of our end quicker, all those things.
It's Utah defenseman Ian Cole talking about getting out to a good start and a good pace. And shots are 6-3 Vegas, but Mammoth have got some good saves from their goaltender, Karel Pavelka. They drew a penalty as well on Vegas.
Yeah, I don't think you can get a better start under the circumstances. You know the nerves are high.
0-0 with 13 to go in the first as the Mammoths scale this all the way around the boards. They say it will not be icing, so Carter Hart is forced to play it, or Kata High if you're from Boston. This is sent all the way down by Vegas, and this will not be icing either, so the 16-year man Ian Cole has to turn tail and go collect it. Mammoth in their own zone with Sean Dursey. He whisks it up the boards, and this comes all the way down, and Braden McNabb will take his turn to retrieve the puck as both teams make changes. Here comes Hurdle. Has struggled offensively in this series and throughout the back half of the season for Vegas. Hasn't scored a goal since early March. Nick Schmaltz gains the line with the captain Keller. 88 points in the regular season. There's number 88, Nate Schmidt. Puck deflected maybe off the face of Lawson Krause. Comes back the other way for Vegas. And it's Schmaltz working on Eichel in front of the Vegas bench. Lawson Krause got spun around, lost his bearings for a moment. And Utah gathers it back in. That's John Marino, a career year for him with 36 points on the season. Offside whistled against the Mammoth. Krause couldn't get back on sides. And so there's 12 minutes left in the first 0-0 hockey game. Not the prettiest hockey we just saw there for the last minute, but neutralized faceoff will give us a chance to reset.
Again, the nerves are high, right? And I think we talk about pressure, and pressure is a privilege. I heard Andre Turney talk a lot about that this morning at morning skate, but I think the pressure for me, Foltz, has got to be on the Vegas side as well in a big way. They know this is a hard team to put away. Very competitive, and oftentimes when you're trying to close out a series, that's where the pressure lies.
Poked at center by Cooley. This comes into the Vegas zone. Cooley all over McNabb on a hard forecheck and slams McNabb up against the glass. Weegar pinches down on the right wing, but the Golden Knights retain possession. Last year, Vegas trailed 2-1 in their first round series against Minnesota. They won 3 straight games. Here comes Weegar on the backhand. Sent it up high, and it was shrugged away by Hart. Puck in the offensive zone for Utah after a failed clear by Vegas. This time, Mitch Marner uses the window to brush it out.
And all those opportunities, that last chance by Weegar, that was a direct result of the forechecking pressure. Dylan Gunther, a guy with 3 goals in this series, lays a big hit on the body, and that is important. That pays dividends as this game and this series has gone along.
Puck went out of play into the Vegas bench towards John Tortorella, who took over with 8 games left in the regular season. And they're going to drop the puck at center ice, I believe. And head coach Andre Turney using that last change, seeing who Torch was thrown out there.
That's important, and that's a big advantage. You get the line matchups that you want in all 3 zones.
So it's Kerfoot, Carcone, and Peterka. This line was together to start the series. Things moved around in games 4 and 5, and now they're reunited. Kerfoot centering those 2 wingers. Puck is down, and Kerfoot's able to dig it back after a second attempt on Colton Sissons. Brushed up the boards by the Mammoth and taken back in by Vegas. Ian Cole vacuums a puck in, then gets canceled out by Nick Dowd. This goes behind the Mammoth net as Cole goes shoulder to shoulder with Dowd. Jersey burrows in there as well. 2 Mammoth and 2 Golden Knights. There's Kerfoot trying to rake it free. That puck ain't going anywhere. Somebody brought the extra sticky super glue. And finally, it's swatted along by Dowd. Puck in the Mammoth zone as Sissons tries to carve his way in. Puck to the slot, taken away by Peterka, and he skates to center. Peterka's in full flight, and he nudges it down. Barely getting the angle on it was Jeremy Lauzon, and a big collision there. Carcone and Dowd come together. Loose in the offensive zone. Here's Schmidt. A one-timer from Peterka was fanned on. Marino at the right point. Connects the dots with his deep partner, Schmidt. Mammoth getting set up. Here's Jack McBain sending one across, and that was redirected wide. J.J. Peterka, stick handling on the far wing. His pass broken up. He's trying to win it back right now, and he does for Stenlund. In tight for McBain. Back up top, it's Marino. Utah pressuring. Nate Schmidt had trouble with a bouncing puck and just curls it around the wall. Tanev is fresh onto the ice, and Vegas is able to clear this all the way down. It comes on net, so no icing. But a good shift there.
Yeah, real good shift there by the fourth line. J.J. Peterka stirring it up hard on the puck and looking to shoot that puck more importantly. He needs a big game. You can tell he's fighting a bit, lacking a little bit of confidence.
25 goals during the regular season for J.J. Peterka. That was the 3rd most amongst NHL players who were on a new team. Peterka coming over from Buffalo, who just clinched against Boston earlier tonight. This is played out to center by Vegas as Noah Hannafin gets to a loose puck, sends it blue line to blue line. Mammoth are there in the shape of the number 50 car, Sean Dursey. Here comes Utah again. It's Cole down the middle. Cole shoots wide. Rebound taken by the Golden Knights. It's Riley Smith. Out to center it comes, too far for Kolesar, and icing will be the whistle against the Golden Knights with 9 to go in the first period. Still 0-0.
Clayton Keller giving the referee a little bit of an earful there. Thought he got hooked as that play came off the end boards by Cole. I don't disagree. It's going to be prison rules here tonight. I think the referees are going to put the whistles away and let these two teams dictate who's going to win this one tonight.
In terms of hits, this has been the most physical series in the playoffs so far, but we have the 3rd fewest penalties of any of the series so far.
Wow.
This comes out to center, and that is an offside whistle with 9 to go here in the first. 0-0 between Utah and Vegas. We're waiting to see who's going to flinch first at the Delta Center. Couple of goose eggs on the scoreboard. We'll see if we can get our first goal when we come back on Hockey Night in Utah.
I'm JJ Peterka. You're listening to Utah Mammoth Hockey.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off duration, woodscapes, and super deck products May 1st through the 11th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
At Atlas Investment Management, we get to know you. Unlike the large national firms, we are right here in your community. We take the time to understand your goals, your dreams, your story. And then we build a proactive, hands-on strategy around them. Because outperform isn't just our tagline, it's who we are. Atlas Investment Management, where you are our focus.
Investment advisory services offered through Ignite Planners LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Does one size really fit all? No, it doesn't. But big gutter guard companies try to sell you a one-size-fits-all solution, even if it's not right for your specific roof or leaf problem. At RGS Exteriors, we offer 3 distinct gutter guards, each made for different roof lines and trees. All backed by a lifetime, no-clog guarantee. You want gutter covers that fit your home? Call RGS Exteriors today.
This is playoff hockey on the Wasatch Front.
Kick save from Melka and a dandy.
Tusks up, Utah.
We're still looking for that first goal here at the Delta Center. No score, 8:59 left to go here in Game 6. Vegas up 3-2. Hey, Mike and Tyson The first goal was big in games 3 and 4 here in Salt Lake. The team that scored first won Friday and Monday. In Vegas, in games 1, 2, and 5, the team that scored first lost. So for Utah, get that first goal, keep that trend going here at home.
It's 0-0 right now. 9 to go in the first period. That was Adrian Denny. He's right next to us on Radio Row at the top of Section 7. Mike Fulton with Tyson Nash on Hockey Night in Utah as the Golden Knights get to a puck in their own zone. And this is Jack Eichel, who leads the series with 8 points so far, a goal and 7 assists. All the way down to the Mammoth blue line. It's hauled in by Rasmus Anderson, and that goes out of play right next to Nick Olczyk down at ice level. I think Nick's going to throw that puck to a fan. Attaboy, Nick.
I would have hit someone in the head probably with my hands. Some poor kid takes a puck right off the melon.
And Nick was playing some second base, I think, at
I heard that. He
Adult
was
League
telling me.
softball. I think he's better at the plate than he is in the field.
You're just saying, eh?
Rasmus
Hands like feet.
That's right. The Tyson Nash School of Stick Handling. It's a sent ahead. Comes in towards Carter Hart. Puck in the Vegas zone. Cooley trying to center. Nobody home. That's Pavel Dorofeev. He had a hat trick in Game 5, including a game-tying goal that came with less than a minute remaining. This is icing against Vegas, and the faceoff comes back down towards Hart and the Golden Knight zone.
Well, faceoffs matter. We know that. You look at Stenlund. His numbers popped off the page at me. 61% in the playoffs.
Against all the hardest guys, too.
Oh, it's incredible. You want to start out with the puck. Easiest way to generate offense is win a draw.
He was 75% in Game 5 2 nights ago. This is Nick Schmaltz at the dot. He'll take it against Eichel on his weak side. Schmaltz on his strong side.
Sounds like your marks at Purdue.
My weak side? Face-off is sent to the corner. Mammoth unable to get there, and that's Noah Hannafin who lifts it to the line. Held in by Marino, throwing his body weight up against the boards. Keller, right wing, shoots! Might have gone off the mask of Hart. Did not look confident with that save. Keller, one too many stick handles. That was Ivan Barbashev who cleared it down. Barbashev has a point in all 5 games so far this series. He's been wonderful for Vegas. Lawson Krause channels this puck down the far wing, swings it to the corner for Keller and Schmaltz in the offensive zone. Ian Cole helping out, sends it right back around. Keller, stick handling, centering, his pass broken up. Look out, numbers ahead for Vegas, a 2-on-1. Barbashev and Stone, pass across, Stone hits the trailer and it was knocked away by a back-checking Keller. Eichel fires, save made by Vejmelka. That was on McNabb. Utah flirting with danger.
That is a gift from Stone. Not wanting to shoot that puck, looking for the extra pass. This type of game, Game 6, the pretty plays just aren't there. You got to shoot the puck, and I think no one's happier in the building than Karel Vejmelka, especially with that shot of Stone. He's not a passer, he's a shooter.
And Mark Stone had himself a great season. It was his best season in terms of points per game, where he was top 10 in the NHL in that category. He's got a couple of power play goals in this series, Stone, but you said it. He had a chance to shoot it, and instead he tried to pass it back. And that allowed Keller on a hard back check to tangle up the stick of the third Golden Knight in towards the fray. Right now the puck's in the Mammoth zone with Utah defending. Eichel, whether that was Howden, got walled off by Sergachev. Mammoth give it up to Stone. Mackenzie Weegar behind his own net. Sends this up the glass, but it's held in by Jeremy Lauzon. Lauzon with a wrister off the stick. Howden centers, knocked away from the net mouth by McBain. Back to the blue line again with the Golden Knights pressuring. Sergachev gets to a puck, and he has a clear path to center. Sergachev back with it. Utah's top D-man, 10 goals on the season. Here comes Carcone spilling in down the wing. Carcone, a burst of speed in front for Tanev. It was knocked away. That was Kerfoot with a great look in tight. Dursey sets up Ian Cole, left point. Redirected by Carcone. Out of play with 6.5 to go in the first period.
Oh, the speed of Carcone. Shot out of a cannon, and he took a wider swoop into the defensive zone and just wound it up, and everyone flat-footed for the Vegas Golden Knights, and throws it to the cage with Kerfoot and Peterka hacking and whacking in front. And You can't get overly fancy. Everything's got to go to the blue paint, and you got to crash it.
Carcone was top 10 in the NHL this year in terms of fastest speed bursts. Almost 24 miles an hour. Logan Cooley also in that top 10.
Wow.
But Carcone tested out as the fastest guy in training camp.
Wow, let me guess who was number 1 in the National Hockey League.
Not who you think.
Not McDavid.
Beck Mallenstein of the Buffalo Sabres.
No clue.
Exactly.
Who knew?
Exactly. Puck behind the Mammoth net. Utah trying to keep this on the perimeter as Ian Cole comes together with Nick Dowd. Just over 6 to go in the first. Braden McNabb fumbled it. Nice play by Kerfoot. He outlets for Peterka. 1-on-2 across the line, and it's taken back in by Shea Theodore. Nudged to center by the Golden Knights as Theodore resets things from his own end. He is Vegas's top blue liner. Theodore had himself 10 goals during the regular season. He does it all for John Tortorella's Golden Knights. Barbashev's pass broken up by the stick of Gunther. It comes all the way down. Boy, both teams have been a little careless with their passes high in the zone in this game to start, as this comes the length of the ice and will not be icing. 5.5 to go in the first. Nate Schmidt and John Marino behind their own net. Almost came out in front for Barbashev. That was Cooley who got in the way. Barbashev from the wing shoots off a stick and into the protective netting, out of play. 5:25 on our first period timer as we get ready to step away in a 0-0 hockey game. It's Game 6 between Utah and Vegas right here on Hockey Night in Utah.
Hi, Andrew Tringy. You're listening Utah Mammoth Hockey.
This season, Mountain Land Supply is teaming up with Utah Mammoth to support families in need. For every Mammoth assist, Mountain Land Supply will donate $20 to Primary Children's Hospital to provide critical care and resources to children in need. The Utah Mammoth organization is proud to match these donations dollar for dollar up to $20,000. Together, we can make a difference.
Utah, let's keep winning. On the court, on the ice, and in your business. Les Olson IT is your local partner for technology that never quits. From managed IT and cloud solutions to printers, copiers, security cameras, and alarms, Les Olson IT has got you. Celebrating 10 years in IT, backed by 70 years of trusted business experience. Les Olson IT, keeping Utah connected, secure, and ready to win.
Les Olson IT.
In America, the future belongs to everyone, so we built the vehicles of the future for everyone. Command the road with America's best-selling trucks for 46 years and counting, Ford F-Series. Gear up and head out in an all-wheel drive Ford SUV, perfect for the mountains, city, and everywhere in between. Or check out Ford's adventurous new lineup like Bronco, Bronco Sport, and Maverick. Inventory has arrived. Head to your local Ford stores today for big cash back, low APR, and great lease offers based on 1977 to 2022 CY total sales.
Andre, how are you seeing your team play with confidence to start this period?
No, I think we're fine. I like the way we play. We have good urgency. We'll be a hell of a game. They're ready on the other side. It's good so far. I think we had a few opportunities where we did not hit the net, but we need to hit the net on our shot, and we had great opportunity, so we need to defend right. It's a good game.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Guys.
That's Sarah Merrifield from the TV side talking with Andre Tourney during the first period. They were shouting just to be heard over this ruckus Delta Center crowd.
It's unbelievable. It really is. This is going to propel this Utah Mammoth team to victory.
0-0 the score. 5.5 to go in the first. Vegas with a shot that misses wide. Stone claps it through the blue paint over the shoulders of Vemelka and out the other side. Utah is able to eject this puck. That was Sergachev with a strong play on the wall. Braden McNabb gave it up. You could hear Mark Stone talking to him from the ice, and now the Mammoth give it away. Stone, Eichel, this is Marner with a wrister, goes wide. Rebound, they score, it's Brett Howden. And it's Howden's 4th goal of the series. He was the overtime hero 2 nights ago in Game 5, and he leads off the scoring in Game 6. 5 minutes left in the first, and Vegas takes a 1-0 lead.
Wow, and it was a very uncharacteristic turnover by Sergachev that had the Vegas Golden Knights coming back the other way. They almost exited the zone. And Howden Makes no mistake on that one. Just sitting on the doorstep. A nice carom off the end boards right to him. And he buries it. No chance on the play for Corral Vejmelka. And that line of Mark Stone, Marner, and Howden, they draw first blood.
That sequence started with a Vegas giveaway, and then the Mammoth handed it right back at their own blue line. Here comes Cooley, darting in off the faceoff. Cooley high in the zone. Schmidt walks in, shoots, tipped towards the net, and cleared all the way down by the Golden Knights, and it will be icing. Faceoff coming up in the attacking zone for Utah. Howden had that overtime winner. Brett Howden has 3 playoff overtime winners for the Vegas Golden Knights. There's no other Golden Knight in their franchise's young history that has more than one.
That's incredible.
He was also the second NHL player ever to score a shorthanded overtime winner in a overtime game that went past 1 OT. So it's a bit of an obscure stat.
And you wonder like how many shorthanded goals are scored in overtime,
right?
In general. I mean,
cleared all the way down by Vegas once again. 1-0, 4.5 to go here in period 1. John Marino scored in Utah's last game. He gets checked off the puck by Hanifin. And out to center skates Ivan Barbashev, who's been doing it all for the Golden Knights. Barbashev tied for the playoff lead in hits amongst all NHLers and has points in every game. That's sent too far, and icing is whistled against the Mammoth with 4:13 to go in period 1.
Well, a good first shift with that Logan Cooley, Dylan Gunther line after that Howden goal, and a little bit of a lackluster this last one. So you got to get that momentum back. You lose it, there's going to be momentum swings. We know that. They've lost it. Now you have to find a way to get it back before this period expires.
4:13 remaining in the first. It's Cooley against Hurdle after the icing whistle to Corral Vejmelka's glove side. And Hurdle jumped a little early. We'll try this again. Maybe. Hurdle wins this one back. Vegas in the offensive zone. Here's Korzak with a shot that glances off his stick and into the protective netting, out of play. Just no flow to this game to start, especially not for Utah.
No, I mean, I thought the first 5 minutes was really good. They exchanged chances. They exchanged big hits. And now it's just kind of been back and forth, real sloppy. Not much execution on Utah's part as far as passing and tape to tape. And Vegas, they're aggressive too on their forecheck. You have to alleviate that pressure with a good first pass out of the zone.
That was one of the things that immediately improved when Tortorella took over late in the regular season, was the Golden Knights' forecheck. Something that Tortorella teams typically are very strong at when you go back to his days with Philly and Columbus. Mammoth in their own zone. It's forked along for Ian Cole. This is tumbled to center. Up ahead, Peterka couldn't get to a puck before Hurdle swatted it away. It's lashed in by Kolasar behind the Utah net. All the way back out to Hurdle. Golden Knights have had their sticks on the puck a lot more recently over the last few shifts. Mammoth struggling to maintain possession as Ian Cole collects a puck in his own end. Cole calling out to his teammates. You can hear him on our ice mic. Now it's Stenlund, McBain, and Tanev, the fourth line. Stenlund trying to drag it across the blue line, but Colton Sissons got back to it. Marino pivoting to plan B. This is tipped into the Vegas bench, out of play. 3:09 to go here in the first period.
Outshot 10-6 in this first period. Andre Turney throwing out this fourth unit to try to do exactly that. Get that momentum back. Get some shots. Bang some bodies. Get the crowd back into it too. Yeah. They've gone quiet as well.
Yeah, that first Mammoth goal is going to lift the roof off the place. But right now, it's a very nervous, intense energy. Stenlund at the neutral zone dot. He's Utah's best face-off man. And it's won back by Nick Dowd. So far, face-offs have been decidedly in Vegas' favor. Tanev forces a turnover here. Tanev in the offensive zone. Schmidt back to Tanev on the blue line. Couldn't handle it. It's out to center, and he lost an edge. Vegas' fourth line. That's Sissons trying to move it ahead, but Tanev cut that pass off. Now, Brandon Tanev has been very involved here in the first period. He's created some turnovers. He's had some looks.
A healthy scratch for a good majority of the year. And the man they call Turbo This is exactly why they brought him in. For these situations, really to spark and ignite this team.
Keller shoots, blocked in front. Puck in the Vegas zone. Mark Stone with the outlet for Howden. Loose at center. Krause roars in. Keller on the near wing. Sends one down to Krause, and that's sticked away by Stone. He is excellent with that twig, and this is laid in by the Golden Knights. Mackenzie Weegar hinges this to center. Mammoth gave it away. Howden this way. Marner right circle. Shoots, and it glanced off the shoulder of Vejmelka, it looked like. Back around for Marner. Had 80 points in the regular season. His pass comes in front, and Vejmelka pins it up against his pads. With under 2 minutes left in the first period, 1-0. Vegas with the lead. Mammoth still trying to find their footing 18 minutes into the game.
Yeah, they got to start simplifying, getting that puck up the ice. Clayton Keller with a very rare turnover himself. Sergachev, now Keller, and that puck almost ends up in the back of the net off the stick of Mitch Marner.
Marner had 80 points in the regular season, but he's a guy who's been upwards of 100 points throughout his career. It was his least productive year in his last 9 NHL campaigns. It was his first with Vegas. Here's Gunther, one-on-one, now joined by Yamamoto. Drops it off for Cooley, sprinting in, a pass broken up by Theodore in front of the Vegas net. Back the other way comes Eichel. Eichel glides across the line. His pass broken up by Yamamoto, and out he comes. Yamamoto, 1-on-3, waiting for the cavalry. Nice move, and it's off his stick. Barbashev taking over and hoisting it to center. Couple good rushes there by Yamamoto, Gunther, and Cooley, but just not able to cross those 3 X's in the tic-tac-toe. And you said it. Hard to imagine many goals in this game are going to be pretty. Ian Cole from his own blue line is going to skate forward a little bit before laying it back to John Marino. Mammoth unable to enter the offensive zone with any speed right now. Now Kerfoot steals a puck, but it's back out to center. Utah has full control. This is Michael Carcone. 13 goals during the regular season. J.J. Peterka swerves his way across the red line, now the blue. Peterka down the left wing, shoots on a sharp angle, it goes wide. Carcone plays it back, Jersey towards the net, and it dribbles just wide. And we're going to get a penalty here against Utah. I think Michael Carcone might have run into Carter Hart. Hart goes to the bench for the extra man. Delayed call against the Mammoth with 25 seconds left in the first period. Eichel in his own zone. This season, the Golden Knights have 11 goals with the extra attacker, including 1 in Game 5 2 nights ago. Marner drops it back wide open. Dorofeev shoots, and it deflected, I believe, off the pipe, or no, that hit Lauzon. Hit him in the hand. And now they'll call the penalty with 2 seconds left. Was that the shot?
That was a shot right off the melon. He goes right to the Vegas Golden Knights locker room. That had some zip on it.
Utah minor interference.
They take Kerfoot for interference. 2 seconds left in the first period, and Kerfoot just kind of accidentally took the skates out from underneath Carter Hart. Hart had wandered outside of his crease a little bit. Kerfoot was trying to go to the net to set a screen, and his left skate cleaned out Carter Hart.
I think it was just a real unlucky play for Kerfoot. He's not a dirty guy. That was certainly not the intent. And some of the onus has to be on Carter Hart.
He never went into the crease.
The blue paint.
Yeah, he never went into the crease there, and Carter Hart was just coming way out, and Kerfoot takes him down. Incidental.
Incidental is the perfect word, and just because he's the goaltender, if that happened to a defenseman, that's not called. That would never be called. And that shouldn't have been called because he was outside the blue paint.
Power play with 2 seconds left. The faceoff is won by Vegas, but the whistle and the horn sound to signal the end of period 1. It was not a pretty period for either side, but the Vegas Golden Knights carry a 1-0 lead into our first intermission dressing room with Adrian Denny. He's got your first intermission report coming up next here on Hockey Night in Utah.
I'm Clayton Keller. You're listening to Utah Mammoth Hockey.
The best way to follow the Stanley Cup playoffs is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind the scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else.
The most NHL Edge advanced stats, keeping you up to date from round 1 through the Stanley Cup final. When it comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup playoffs are better on the NHL app.
Hey, Utah, are you ready for the Utah Mammoth to hit the ice? Catch every moment of the action with Mammoth Plus. Stream games, watch anywhere, and get games and highlights anytime. Stream at UtahMammothPlus.com.
Looking for the perfect treat? Dive into True Fruit, where nature's fruit meets rich, indulgent chocolate. True Fruit's fresh fruit is hyper-chilled to lock in flavor and nutrition, with clean ingredients you can feel good about. Whether you're craving strawberries, cherries, or blueberries, True Fruit is your go-to snack. Find True Fruit in the freezer aisle, wherever you shop for your groceries. True Fruit. Indulge in the best of nature.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to americafirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
If you've looked at the housing market lately and thought, yeah, I'll circle back later, you're not alone. But things have changed. What felt out of reach before might not be anymore. And there's more flexibility right now than most people think. At Visionary Homes, we keep it simple, with homes designed for real life and a process that doesn't overcomplicate things. So before you wait any longer, take another look. Visit visionaryhomes.com to explore what's possible and get inspired by what's next.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Just top.
The latest news of the night.
Svechnikov and now Hamilton. Back for Andre. He's in for a shot. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Clayton Keller fires a frozen rope. This is the Hockey Night in Utah. First intermission report.
Follow the leader.
Here's Adrian Denny.
Stick handling, centering, his pass broken up. Look out, numbers ahead for Vegas. A 2-on-1. Barbashev and Stone. Pass across. Stone hits the trailer and it was knocked away by a back-checking Keller. Eichel fires. Save made by Vejmelka. That was on McNabb. Utah flirting with danger.
Mammoth down 1-0 after 20. Brett Howden, his fourth goal of the series. It ties him with Pavel Dorofeev for the series lead in goals. Howden had 12 goals during the regular season, but gets one for Vegas here. Another big one. They take a 1-0 lead from Mitch Marner and Mark Stone with 4:58 left to go in the first period. So the Mammoth down by 1, but it's kind of been the story of this series. While Utah has had a lead in all 5 games thus far, they've also come back to tie or take the lead in 4 of the 5 games so far in this series as well. So the Mammoth down 1, but as we said, there's been a lot of back and forth here in this series as Utah going to look to come back for the 5th time in 6 games to tie and ultimately take a lead. Only game they didn't have to come back in, the one they led tape to tape, that was last Friday in Game 3. Vegas leading this series 3-2, looking to close it out this evening. Again, they've got a 1-0 lead after 20. The Mammoth looking to force a Game 7 in Vegas on Sunday. The winner of this series will play the Anaheim Ducks. Vegas, again, doing damage late in a period. They scored all 4 of their goals in regulation on Wednesday in Game 5. In the final 6 minutes of a period, they get one here with 4:58 left to go in the first. In Game 4 on Monday night, they scored 3 of their 4 goals in regulation, either in the first 6 minutes or the last 6 minutes. So using the early and late stages of the period to make big plays, generate momentum, and they're going to have a power play to start the second period. Alexander Kerfoot got called for a goaltender interference on Carter Hart. Play was blown dead with 2 seconds left to go in the first, so 1 minute and 58-second power play for Vegas when we start the second period. Mammoth drew an early penalty. Ivan Barbashev got called for hooking. Speedy Nick Schmaltz, 4:27 into the first. Mammoth did not score on the power play. They are now 1 for 14 here in this series. Utah on that 5-on-4 got 1 shot on net. Clayton Keller leading Utah with 3 of their 6 shots on goal in that opening period. The captain coming into tonight with 5 points in 5 games here in the series. They have all come in the last 3 games. Another good job by Utah, matching the physicality of Vegas in the first period. They out-hit the Golden Knights 15-14. 8 of Utah's 12 forwards laid down a hit. Dylan Guenther led the way with 4. So Brett Howden giving Vegas a 1-0 lead in the first period, and that's where we stand here at the first intermission. We'll come back and hear from Sarah Merrifield and the special guest rolling on from the Delta Center here in Game 6 of the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Vegas 1, Mammoth no score on Hockey Night Utah.
Enjoy more ways to save at Smith's, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Smith's app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Smith's, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Smith's, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
This season, Mountain Land Supply is teaming up with Utah Mammoth to support families in need. For every Mammoth assist, Mountain Land Supply will donate $20 to Primary Children's Hospital to provide critical care and resources to children in need. The Utah Mammoth organization is proud to match these donations dollar for dollar up to $20,000. Together, we can make a difference.
KSL Sports, Utah's sports leader, connecting you with your favorite local teams and the action you love. Live game coverage and news with KSL Sports Zone Radio, KSL 5 Television, and KSLSports.com. Live and streaming, insider analysis, and podcasts from the pros. Utah's sports leader, KSL Sports. On air, online, and on the KSL Sports app.
At Atlas Investment Management, we get to know you. Unlike the large national firms, we are right here in your community. We take the time to understand your goals, your dreams, your story. And then we build a proactive, hands-on strategy around them. Because outperform isn't just our tagline, it's who we are. Atlas Investment Management, where you are our focus.
Investment advisory services offered through Ignite Planners LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Breaking down the first 20.
Listen to Utah.
Getting you ready for period 2.
We're used to seeing it.
Hockey Night in Utah rolls on. Here's AD, Adrian Denny.
Dylan Guenther entering tonight, tied with Clayton Keller and Lawson Krause for the team lead in scoring. Guenther, Keller, and Krause all with 5 points in 5 games here in the series. Guenther has the longest scoring streak for Utah here in the playoffs. He's got a 4-gamer coming into tonight after his 3rd of the season on Wednesday night. Titus at 3 in the final period of regulation. And a little earlier, our own Sarah Merrifield caught up with number 11, Dylan Guenther.
We know how much this team wants to get under your skin. How do you guys manage an unbreakable mentality?
Yeah, I think just making sure that we're going hard every shift, playing our game, and sticking to what we're good at.
We've talked so much. Pressure is a privilege. What does it look like tonight for your guys to rise to the occasion when it comes to pressure?
Yeah, it's great. I think we've done a pretty good job all year, so just another game. Just make sure we have a good start.
Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
There's Sarah Merrifield and Dylan Guenther. Mammoth trailing 1-0 after 20. Brett Howden with his 4th goal of the playoffs late in the period for the Golden Knights, playing a puck off of the back wall and sending it home. The only goal we saw in that opening period. Brett Howden has been a heck of an impact player for Vegas here. In the last 3 games, 4 goals in the last 3 games after no goals in the first 3 games. He's scored 5 of his 12 career playoff goals entering tonight in potential series-clinching games, and he's signed for 4 more seasons after this one at $2.5 million a year. Brett Howden's been a big game player on that third line for Vegas, getting the only goal in that opening period. Mammoth going to be shorthanded when we start the second period of play, as they'll try and make it 9 for 9 on the PK against Vegas here at Delta Center in this series. As Utah, for just the second time in this series, but the second straight home game, they don't score in the first period. Utah, though, second periods, they've done a good job of coming out and getting some offense established. Utah has scored in all 5 second periods here in this series. In fact, Utah has put up 7 goals in 5 second periods. And again, we told you how good both teams have been in this series. No lead has been safe, and with the exception of Game 3 when the Mammoth went up by a count of 4-0, every other game has been tied or within a goal, basically, with some tight action and games going back and forth. Both teams leading. That last time we were here at the Delta Center, Vegas did have a 3-0 lead, but Utah 2 goals in 29 seconds to quickly get back within a 1-goal game. So another good one here. Mammoth down by a count of 1-0 after 20. We'll come back. The best of the opening period, Mike and Tyson's first period highlights, rolling back to the Delta Center here in downtown Salt Lake City on Hockey Night in Utah.
Hey, Utah, are you ready for the Utah Mammoth to hit the ice? Catch every moment of the action with Mammoth Plus. Stream games, watch anywhere, and get games and highlights anytime. Stream at UtahMammothPlus.com.
Did you know that at Chevron, you can fuel up on unbeatable mileage and savings? With Chevron Rewards, you'll get 25 cents off per gallon on your next 5 visits. All you have to do is download the Chevron app and join to start saving on fuel. Then you can keep fueling up on other things like adventure, memories, vacations, daycations, quality time, and so many other possibilities. Head to your nearest Chevron station to fuel up and get rewarded today. Terms apply. See ChevronTexcoRewards.com for more details.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to AmericaFirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Does one size really fit all? No, it doesn't. But big gutter guard companies try to sell you a one-size-fits-all solution, even if it's not right for your specific roof or leaf problem. At RGS Exteriors, we offer 3 distinct gutter guards, each made for different roof lines and trees. All backed by a lifetime, no-clog guarantee. You want gutter covers that fit your home? Call RGS Exteriors today.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Just top.
Utah putting on a show.
Period 1 highlights.
Backs against the wall. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Utah Mammoth are levied with 1 charge tonight. Do or die. It's Game 6 between Utah and Vegas, and it's a must-win for the Mammoth. Anxious energy at the Delta Center. The puck is down, and we are underway on Hockey Night in Utah. Along the goal line, Howden, Marner shoots. Vejmelka slams the door. Barbashev shoots up high, walled off by Vejmelka. He makes a follow-up stop. Bank play from Eichel goes awry. Look out, numbers ahead for Vegas. A 2-on-1. Barbashev and Stone. Pass across. Stone hits the trailer, and it was knocked away by a back-checking Keller. Eichel fires. Save made by Vejmelka. Eichel, this is Marner with a wrister, goes wide. Rebound, they score. It's Brett Howden.
1-0 Vegas after 20. They're on the power play for the first 1 minute and 58 seconds of that second period as well. Golden Knights outshot Utah 10-6 in that first period. Mammoth didn't score on their only power play, had 1 shot. Vegas currently working on their first. The Mammoth had 3 shots on goal in the first 5 minutes of the game, but had just 3 shots the final 15 minutes of the period. High danger scoring chances, 8-4 in favor of Vegas. So Utah, almost a full shorthanded situation with Alexander Kerfoot in the penalty box. 2 minutes for goaltender interference that he got late in that opening frame. Mammoth down 1-0, looking to kill a big penalty and keep it a 1-goal deficit. Special teams, absolutely huge for Utah in this game. Mammoth have been outscored 4-0 in non-5-on-5 situations in the last 2 games. Mike and Tyson back for second period action when we roll back to downtown Salt Lake City and the Delta Center on Hockey Night Utah.
Utah, let's keep winning. On the court, on the ice, and in your business. Les Olson IT is your local partner for technology that never quits. From managed IT and cloud solutions to printers, copiers, security cameras, and alarms, Les Olson IT has got you covered. Celebrating 10 years in IT, backed by 70 years of trusted business experience. Les Olson IT, keeping Utah connected, secure, and ready to win.
Les Olson IT.
There's a new team in town. Mark Miller Subaru and the Utah Jazz. We're joining forces to champion Utah's future game changers. By donating school supplies and creating innovative programs, we're giving Utah kids the advantage.
Because when the kids win, we all win.
Let's do this, Utah.
Utah Mammoth are here for an exciting season. And Trucordia, the group name for a nationwide insurance brokerage based here in Utah, is proud to be a founding partner. The Trucordia companies deliver insurance solutions to help you protect what matters most. Home plus auto, employee benefits, construction, cyber. Trucordia blocks risks to help you ensure your goals. Learn more at Trucordia, spelled TRUCORDIA.com.
Enjoy more ways to save at Smith's, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Smith's app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Smith's, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Smith's, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
It's time for the middle frame.
Putting his body on the line.
Period 2 begins now.
Rally towels in the air. Delta Center is alive.
Here's Mike Folta.
The Utah Mammoth are trying to stave off elimination and annihilation here in Game 6. Vegas leads the series 3-2. And they lead this game 1-0 as we enter our second period in downtown Salt Lake City. Mike Folta and Tyson Nash with you here. Just had Adrian Denny on our first intermission report. But Tyson, Utah will start out on the penalty kill for another minute and 58 seconds here with the carryover time from Kerfoot's minor. But what does Utah have to do better in this second frame?
Everything. But it starts with execution. Real sloppy period for the Utah Mammoth, but it starts with the passing. Simplify, folks. Let's go.
Well, a good start. They win the draw. They clear it down. Here's Shea Theodore in this top Vegas power play. Up ahead, skates Eichel. Vegas had a power play goal last game. It was scored by Dorofeev, and here the Mammoth clear it down after refusing a zone entry. Eichel with the puck on his stick. Had 2 assists back in Game 5. He fans on a pass here. This comes around behind Vejmelka. Sergachev, the first one to it. Hard off the glass to the blue line, held in by Stone. Mammoth able to wire this the length of the ice. 45 gone by in the power play. Kerfoot, one of Utah's best penalty killers, is in the penalty box. This is Pavel Dorofeev. Set a Vegas franchise record with 20 power play goals during the regular season. Second most in the NHL. Nate Schmidt is able to lob this all the way down towards Carter Hart. Another clear, and so far so good on the PK. 50 seconds left. It's Cooley, Kraus, Marino, and Schmidt, the 4 out there. Ivan Barbashev, stick handles for Hurdle, a drive. Glove by Vejmelka, loose in the slot, kicked free. Mammoth didn't pass the line. Utah defends the Alamo after Vejmelka made a save where he couldn't find the rebound. I believe it was Nate Schmidt and Lawson Krause who were on the back door. It was indeed Schmidt. And Vejmelka with his glove reaching back as well. Vegas right back in, but Barbashev misses on the pass, and with 20 seconds left in the Kerfoot minor, it's back out to the Vegas line.
Well, this is as ugly of a power play as you're ever going to see. This is self-induced by the Vegas Golden Knights.
Here they come. Anderson with a shot kicked out by Vejmelka. Up top it goes for Hannafin. Thought you jinxed us there for a second. Hannafin walking the line, looking in. A wrister kicked away by Lawson Krause. Kerfoot's out of the box, and Utah is back to full strength. 1-0. We're at 5-on-5 as Kerfoot charges his way down the near wing and swims in behind the Vegas net. Kerfoot, stick handling in the corner, trying to get it low to high. It bounces off his skate. Ian Cole in the offensive zone. J.J. Peterka back of goal. Peterka fending off a stick check. He got knocked down by Braden McNabb. Back to his skate. Carcone fires, just missed on the short side. Ian Cole around the wall as Peterka spears one at the near point. Gets run up against the glass by Barbashev, who read that play beautifully. And it's Nick Dowd churning his way down the near wing into the Utah zone. Not quite 3 minutes gone by in the second period. 1-0 the score after a successful Mammoth penalty kill. Here's J.J. Peterka on the hunt across the line. He shoots one wide. Mammoth in the middle of a change. Golden Knights get it back, and this is Rasmus Andersson, the former Calgary Flame. In from the red line. Back behind Vejmelka, there's Mackenzie Weegar, another former Flames defenseman. There are 3 of them in this game. Weegar, Anderson, and Hannafin. This is Clayton Keller. He spills in down the wing, canceled out by Shea Theodore. Back behind the Vegas net. A check delivered by Keller. Not exactly his calling card, but he obliges. Wrister knocked down in front by McNabb. And this is swatted the length of the ice by Colton Sissons, and it'll be icing against the Golden Knights. No, they waved this one off. They say Weegar could have got there. A little too much hustle from Mackenzie Weegar right there. Logan Cooley spun into the offensive zone, but Hannafin wins it back, and it's Mark Stone at center ice.
And that hit by Clayton Keller, the captain of this team, that is a message for the entire bench. Wake up, boys. If I'm hitting, everybody better get involved.
This has been the most physical series in the NHL so far. Dylan Gunther got hit on the leg, and a penalty's coming against Vegas after a dicey leg-on-leg hit at center. That was on Utah superstar, and Mark Stone goes to the box.
Vegas 61, minor penalty, tripping.
Not a good penalty to take, especially after how the Vegas Golden Knights came out on their power play. Now the Utah Mammoth, this is when you got to stick it to them. This is when you have to make them pay. They take out one of the best players on the Utah Mammoth. Make them pay, folks. Go to work. Clayton Keller right back out there after that big hit on Marner. And that was a dirty, dirty play.
I didn't like that by from Stone. It didn't look like he stuck his leg out. He kind of stuck it forward at Gunther. Maybe he was trying to stop, but that's given the benefit of the doubt. Utah on the power play for the second time in this game. They're 0 for 1. 1-0, Mammoth trailing. Loose after a face-off. Finally, it's clapped back, and here's Sergachev. He pulls the strings from up high. Gunther had 9 power play goals on the season. He goes down low to Nick Schmaltz, who had 11. Gunther back to Schmaltz in tight. He drifts to the trapezoid. This is Sergachev up high. Gunther towards the net off the side of the cage, and it's Schmaltz back to Gunther on the half wall. Cycled back to Sergachev. He looks in. Sergachev whips one, blocked in front and cleared down by Vegas. 35 gone by in the power play.
Got to find a way to get those shots through by Sergachev. That's twice now in this hockey game. Great job blocking, getting in those shooting lanes by the Knights, but you got to get those pucks to the front of the net.
Gunther squeezes in across the line. Sergachev is unable to hold it, and that's an offside whistle against the Mammoth with 1:09 to go in the power play, and it looks like this first unit will stay out there. The Mammoth, including tonight, 1 for 15 on the power play in this series. It's a power play that was third best in the NHL since the Olympics.
Yeah, they were red hot. And you just got to do it right once, bottom line. And now would be a pretty darn good time to find a way with 1:09 to go in this power play.
Mammoth did not have a shot on goal in the last 9 game minutes going back to the first period. This puck is controlled at center by Utah. Just over a minute left in their second Rio Tinto power play of the game. Clayton Keller starts to accelerate with Schmaltz. He had his pocket picked. Keller drags it across the line, but the Golden Knights get it back. And this is pumped down the ice by Anderson. First unit still out there. Sergachev will skate it himself through the middle of the sheet. Sergachev will wind it around. Gunther on the near side sends it back against the grain for Keller on the far side wing. His pass arrives at Cooley. Back down the boards for Keller. Schmaltz on the overlap for Keller across. Gunther on the near side wing. Sergachev steps in. Gunther, side of the net for Cooley. Back out to Dylan Gunther on his strong side. Now he rotates over this way. Cooley, right wing circle. Back to Sergachev. Across. Gunther looking in. Sergachev drills one. Save. Rebound. And Hart has it covered. Cooley had a whack, but Hart was there with the left pad, and he got his glove towards his shins in time to stop the follow-up as well.
Well, finally, the Utah Mammoth get that puck on the net, and somehow Hart dropped to his knees, and his pad covered the puck. Otherwise, Logan Cooley right there on the doorstep, and actually, I take that back. It was his glove that trapped that puck, not the pad. But real good positioning by Logan Cooley, sniffing for any sort of rebound that might be laying.
9 seconds left in the power play for Utah. 2 defensemen out there right now. That first shot from Sergachev looked like it took a couple redirections and bounced off Hart's mask. So Mammoth are a couple seconds away from being 0 for 2 on the Rio Tinto power play. This is an offensive zone draw, and Michael Carcone is going to have to step in to take it against Dowd, and that's advantage Vegas. Just over 14 minutes left in the first period. Golden Knights control off the D-zone faceoff, and it's cleared once more. So the Mammoth 0 for 2 now on the Rio Tinto power play, and special teams continues to lean in favor of the Golden Knights. 1-0 the score. Mammoth trailing by a tally. In the offensive zone for Utah, it's about 15 feet down the wall as Kerfoot tries to crowbar at 3, and it's eventually knocked out to center. Carcone wheels it back into the offensive zone as Kerfoot goes swooping into the corner. Controlled by Dorofeev of Vegas, this is Eichel leading the attack. He wanders in across the left wing. Playing the puck is the goaltender, Karel Vejmelka. He gets some help from J.J. Peterka, and Peterka got taken down. No call. Crowd wants one. We continue on.
I'm not sure if the referees thought he tripped on the net.
They're showing a replay right now, and
I think he actually steps on the Vegas Golden Knights skate.
Here's McBain on a loose puck. McBain shoots up high, save, rebound. Stenlund going backdoor. McBain couldn't get a tap on it. Fourth line out there for Utah. Leaguer trying to hold the right point, and he does. Back up the wall. Golden Knights get it to center, and Utah can reload at their own blue line. McBain snares a puck across the line and slaps it around the wall here in the Vegas zone. Stenlund back down the boards. Tanev works it to the right point as Sean Dursey surveys. They go D to D. Sergachev shoot off the side of the net. That was a redirection. Stenlund was there, parked in front. McBain checked off the puck, and here comes Riley Smith to center. Then he turned it over. Stenlund towards the net. Fires. Save made by Carter Hart with the blocker arm. A great look for Kevin Stenlund after the Golden Knights coughed one up. And Jack McBain gets involved in some of the extras after the whistle. 12:23 to go in the second period. A decent shift by that fourth line, but the Mammoth are still down by 1. This is Hockey Night in Utah.
I'm Kevin Stenlund. You're listening to Utah Mammoth Hockey.
Looking for the perfect treat? Dive into True Fruit, where nature's fruit meets rich, indulgent chocolate. True Fruit's fresh fruit is hyper-chilled to lock in flavor and nutrition, with clean ingredients you can feel good about. Whether you're craving strawberries, cherries, or blueberries, True Fruit is your go-to snack. Find True Fruit in the freezer aisle, wherever you shop for your groceries. True Fruit. Indulge in the best of nature.
In America, the future belongs to everyone, so we built the vehicles of the future for everyone. Command the road with America's best-selling trucks for 46 years and counting, Ford F-Series. Gear up and head out in an all-wheel drive Ford SUV, perfect for the mountains, city, and everywhere in between. Or check out Ford's adventurous new lineup like Bronco, Bronco Sport, and Maverick. Inventory has arrived. Head to your local Ford stores today for big cash back, low APR, and great lease offers based on 1977 to 2022 CY total sales.
Does one size really fit all? No, it doesn't. But big gutter guard companies try to sell you a one-size-fits-all solution, even if it's not right for your specific roof or leaf problem. At RGS Exteriors, we offer 3 distinct gutter guards, each made for different roof lines and trees, all backed by a lifetime no-clog guarantee. You want gutter covers that fit your home? Call RGS Exteriors today.
This is the Stanley Cup Playoffs.
Logan Cooley has Utah's first Stanley Cup playoff goal
on Hockey Night in Utah.
The Utah Mammoth Amateur Hockey Association would like to thank our sponsors, America First Credit Union, University of Utah Health, and Superior Water and Air. We thank you for your tremendous support of our youth hockey program. 12:23 to go in the second period. Mammoth trailing Vegas 1-0. Nick Schmaltz at an offensive zone draw. He's down to our right. Keller and Krause flanking him. This line has scored goals in 3 straight games. Schmaltz has assists in 3 straight. Played down the wall. Dursey trying to funnel one towards the front of the net. Taken away by the Golden Knights. That's Howden for Marner. And it's sent off the curved glass or off something on the Utah bench. And this will be a face-off right outside the Vegas zone at center. Tyson, the last couple games have been 5-4, the final score. It's only 1-0 right now, not nearly as high scoring, but it feels like it could be higher scoring.
Yeah, it definitely could. And as bad as Utah has played up to this point, you're one shot away from changing and flipping the entire script.
Dead ahead through center at Schmaltz, working with Keller.
And that's the conversation on the bench right now from Coach Andre Tournier. And maybe Clayton Keller in the leadership group too.
Here comes Keller, parading in. Keller for Schmaltz, across. Krause from his skates, takes it behind, and then it's curled back to the left point for Sergachev. Dursey on the blue line, hands it right back off. Rister, knocked down in front of Hart, loose in the slot. Mammoth poke it free. It's Keller. Schmaltz got tied up. Dursey across, broken up by Stone. Schmaltz on the far wing, Mammoth controlling. This is Keller skating up to the blue line and lost it. It comes out of the zone. And Clayton Keller just skated it out to center himself, just ran out of real estate.
Yeah, Clayton Keller trying to do everything here for the Utah Mammoth. Do or die game, game 6. Their season and playoffs hopes on the line right now. Another good shift, though, by the Utah Mammoth, and they're starting to accumulate shift after shift. That's how you build momentum.
And on that shift, Clayton Keller mowed down Shea Theodore as well. He's laid a couple of hits tonight. They list Keller at 5'10", $180. One of the smallest guys out there. There's a hit by Logan Cooley. Vegas heading the other way. Dorofeev on a 3-on-2. Barbashev drags, shoots, and a save made by Vejmelka. Loose in the slot, and it comes to the corner. The Mammoth evade trouble once again as Cooley spins away from a hit. Vegas has to regroup from their own blue line. Rasmus Anderson skates the puck in himself. Now it's back to Barbashev at the right point. John Marino gets a stick on it. Relieves the pressure to Cooley. It's tipped ahead by Gunther. Will not be icing. Mammoth can make some changes here. 10:45 to go in the second. 1-0. Sent all the way down by Vegas. Karel Vejmelka back behind his own net. So far, he stopped 11 of 12. Mammoth nearly gave it away again. This is Cole Smith in a stick joust with Alexander Kerfoot. Michael Carcone runs headlong into Jeremy Lauzon here in the Mammoth zone. Utah trying to get the puck out. Shot by Cole Smith, misses well wide. J.J. Peterka, he's onto the scene for Utah, and it's loose for Ian Cole. Flown through the middle of the ice. That puck takes a skip and a bounce and all the way to Carter Hart. Back in the offensive zone, it's Peterka, Kerfoot, and Carcone. Peterka got locked up And then he gets a stick on that puck, and here is Peterka handing it off to Kerfoot. Down the far wing, around it comes. Carcone with goals in back-to-back. Sergachev across. Cole looks in, launches one, blocked in front and cleared. What a play by Nick Dowd. Mikhail Sergachev, backhanded pass through center, broken up. Vegas has numbers ahead. It's Dowd with Smith. Smith out wide, fanned on a shot. He had Sergachev right in front of him. JJ Peterka on an extended shift is able to golf this to center. Mammoth have it back. That's Ian Cole turning tail. As Utah can make some changes, and out comes the fourth line that has helped turn the tide a couple times in this series for the Mammoth.
This is such a sloppy period. Once again, that puck is like a hot potato. We got to simplify. Chipping and chasing, getting that puck behind Vegas to go to work.
9:22 to go in the second period. We're hard at work here on Hockey Night in Utah, and we'll be right back after this at the Delta Center.
I'm Karol Wojmalka. You're listening to Utah Mammoth Hockey.
Mammoth Nation, it's Mike Fulton. Join me and Nasher, Tyson Nash.
Talk about a pair of coconuts.
As we chop it up on Nashcast.
Here we go.
Here we go. Ding, ding.
Join us for great stories, Nash Crashers, and plenty of laughs. New episodes drop Wednesdays at 8 on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Bring the thunder.
Hurt in a car wreck, dog bite, slip and fall. Just call Quick Swap. One call, that's all.
After a car wreck, dealing with big insurance companies on your own can hurt your case. One call, that's all means we take care of everything. From dealing with insurance companies to helping you find doctors and repair shops, we're here to guide you from start to finish. Call Craig Swap & Associates today at 801-444-4444.
One call, that's all.
If you've looked at the housing market lately and thought, yeah, I'll circle back later, you're not alone. But things have changed. What felt out of reach before might not be anymore. And there's more flexibility right now than most people think. At Visionary Homes, we keep it simple with homes designed for real life and a process that doesn't overcomplicate things. So before you wait any longer, take another look. Visit visionaryhomes.com to explore what's possible and get inspired by what's next.
This is Utah Mammoth Hockey.
Dylan Guenther with a work of art
in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
9:22 left to go in the second. Back at the Delta Center, Mike and Tyson were waiting for this game to take its first swing. The Mammoth have erased deficits in 4 of the 5 games in this series so far. Only game they didn't, the one they led tape to tape in Game 3 last Friday.
So they're telling us it's just a matter of time, AD. 9:20 to go in period 2. It's 1-0, Vegas leading. This is played in deep behind Carter Hart, who so far has stopped all 10 Mammoth shots that have come his way. Ejected to center by Utah. It's Brett Howden, who has the game's only goal. He pivots into the offensive zone for Vegas, and Jersey pins him up against the wall. Around to the left point where Shea Theodore arrives and gives it up to Sergachev. Mammoth on the way out. And here is engine number 9, Clayton Keller. Keller hangs up on the near side, hits a streaking Nate Schmidt. Down off the referee's skate, and it's back the other way for Vegas. Unlucky break for Utah. Howden to the front, knocked away by John Marino. And a good stick there, too, by the Massachusetts native. Jack McBain churns up the near side and slams into the end wall. In with Noah Hannafin. Those two big bodies coming together. Golden Knights are able to get this out through the middle of the ice. It's Schmidt and Marino on the ice right now as Utah's D pair. Snap pass up to Cooley. Cooley, a toe drag move in front. Nobody home. Guenther was a little late to the scene. And he was on his backhand.
Gotta shoot the puck. Again, simplify.
Jack Eichel shoots, and he misses the 4x6. Hannafin lost the puck, and it's Cooley jetting ahead. And Cooley lost an edge coming across the blue line. Got tripped up by the ice monster, and boy, when he is flying at that speed, he is riding the razor's edge. Vejmelka handles the puck behind his own net. 1-0 Vegas leading as Ian Cole outmuscles Pavel Dorofeev. Peterka Fires one ahead to Kerfoot with Carcone. This way, Peterka couldn't corral it. It's taken back in by Vegas, and Riley Smith slides it as far as center. Puck right back into the Vegas zone. 7:20 to go in period 2. Mammoth have not had trouble scoring goals recently. They've scored 4 goals in each of their last 3 games. None yet on Carter Hart. This is icing against Vegas, but no goal so far for the Mammoth. Tyson, I don't feel like much of that is Carter Hart at all. I think that Mammoth just, as you mentioned, haven't shot the puck and haven't gotten shots through when they have.
Yeah, bottom line is make them work here tonight. Make them put the work boots and hard hat on and start kicking. It's been way too easy, and no one loves that more than Carter Hart right now. Shoot the puck, crash the net, second, third efforts. It's not rocket science. Hockey is not a difficult game.
Keller shoves a man down, wins the puck. Keller, a sharp angle shot. That's gloved and held by Hart.
Nothing wrong with that play right there. You win a face-off, you win a battle, you shoot the puck. And when everyone starts shooting the puck, then you know you just go to the net and look for a rebound. Right? It's that simple. You turn your brain off in a game like this. You cannot afford to recreate the wheel, get overly fancy just because your season is on the line. Quite the opposite.
Something of note here for Utah. Looks like Kyler Yamamoto is missing from the Mammoth bench right now. We'll keep an eye on that situation. He has 4 assists in this series. He's been one of the best distributors that Utah has. He's been playing with Gunther and Cooley, an essential line for the Mammoth. This is cleared off the glass and down by Vegas. A wobbling puck is flattened by Sergachev as he starts to break out from the shadow of his own net. Jersey ahead for Krause, and Schmaltz gains the zone. Rink-wide pass. Keller fires one, blockered away by Hart. That was a slap shot from distance. Clayton Keller has not been shy about shooting the puck. Now it's stolen. Krause passes into the corner for Schmaltz. Around it comes. This group's been great on the forecheck. Keller controlling out wide in the Vegas zone. There's his partner in crime, Nick Schmaltz. Jersey holds the point, but the Mammoth are going to have to retreat to center. No 2 American teammates have combined for more goals than Clayton Keller and Nick Schmaltz. Pretty wild when you think of it.
Batman and Robin, both right there. They have some sick chemistry.
Schmaltz with 33 goals this year, a career high. He beat his previous career high by 10. Nate Schmidt ropes one in behind his own net. That pass a little too far, and it will not be icing because Brandon Tanev turned on the afterburners and beat everybody. It comes to the side of the net, and this gets blown dead, even though that puck looked like it was loose. And our fans here tonight not happy with Frederick Lecoyer and Graham Skilleter, our 2 referees, and I don't think Carter Hart ever had that puck.
No, Carter Hart had it for half a second.
No, he never did.
With his blocker, and then Stenlund was there as well to poke it free. That whistle should never have went.
That's right when the referee loses sight of the puck, and it's another tough break for the Mammoth with 5:56 to go in the second period. Vegas leading 1-0. Shots now even. Keller with 4 of Utah's 12 shots on goal in this game.
There you go. He is flying here tonight.
Offensive zone faceoff controlled by Cooley and the Mammoth. It's Peterka with Cooley and Dylan Gunther right now. This was one of Utah's most productive lines early in the season. Cooley stick handling along the goal line, trying to shake Rasmus Andersson, but he's wearing him like a cape. Gunther handing off to Cooley, unable to work his way through 2 Golden Knights. That was Marner and Stone, and now Stone chugs ahead across the line. Mark Stone dribbles one on net, and Vejmelka gloves it, got a whack from one of the Golden Knights. And we'll freeze the action. 5.5 to go in the second period. 1-0, Vegas leading in a game that has never quite found a groove from either side. Brett Howden the only goal. Mammoth trying to equalize when we return on Hockey Night in Utah.
I'm Nick Schmaltz. You are listening to Utah Mammoth Hockey.
And Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
She was the sister who went unnoticed.
A daffodil might look plain next to a lily, but on its own there is much to be admired.
Now, her greatest chapter is yet to come.
The most important thing is to be yourself.
From the world of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice comes a new BritBox original drama,
Mary, you will flourish.
Based on the best-selling novel, The Other Bennett Sister, now streaming only on BritBox. Watch with a free trial at BritBox.com.
Did you know that at Chevron, you can fuel up on unbeatable mileage and savings? With Chevron Rewards, you'll get 25 cents off per gallon on your next 5 visits. All you have to do is download the Chevron app and join to start saving on fuel. Then you can keep fueling up on other things like adventure, memories, vacations, daycations, quality time, and so many other possibilities. Head to your nearest Chevron station to fuel up and get rewarded today. Terms apply. See ChevronTexcoRewards.com for more details.
Unbelievable guys, great players, 2 gamers, want the puck in their stick, and just great guys in the locker room, off the ice. We want to see guys like that succeed, and they just keep getting better every single night. And they're a huge part of our team, and they bring lots of energy and fight, so they've been awesome and elevating their game for sure.
That's Utah's captain, Clayton Keller, talking about Dylan Guenther and Logan Cooley. Those are 3 of the Mammoth stars right there. Utah's still looking for a goal. Down 1-0, 5.5 to go in the second period. Barbashev to the corner after an offensive zone faceoff is controlled by Vegas. Eichel back of goal center. Dorofeev locked up in the slot. Mammoth defend the house well, and Marino sets up Carcone through center. Utah has to tag up. They cannot. That's an offside whistle to stop the action.
Well, for the Utah Mammoth, this is a game that if you're going to go down, you better go down swinging. We just talked about that at the break. This is a long summer ahead of them, and you got to live with this one, right? And there's a few passengers in this one so far tonight that need to start pulling up their socks, but lots of game left. Again, it's 1 shot, it's 1 goal, and you're right back in this one.
Nate Schmidt told me this morning, this is a game you could think about for 6 months.
Yeah.
It's the last thing you want. And sent ahead by the Mammoth now as this comes in behind Karel Vejmelka. Utah down a goal. John Marino has gotten better as the series has gone on. Here's his partner, Nate Schmidt, Stanley Cup champion a year ago. Carcone shoots and it misses wide here in the Vegas end. Kerfoot back down the wall for Peterka. Turning shot blocked in front. Loose on the near half wall as Braden McNabb reels it in, and there is Ivan Barbashev. Had himself a career year in the regular season with 61 points for the Golden Knights. Both teams make changes as Mackenzie Weegar stick handles out to center. Weegar in ahead for Schmaltz, who just couldn't collect a bouncer. And across the line is Nick Dowd, former Washington Capital. He took a cold shoulder from Mackenzie Weegar. That looked like it hurt. Loose on the left circle as Weegar locks up Dowd again. Another coming together between those two. Here's Cole Smith. Stick handling on the perimeter. Slap shot from Anderson is covered by Vejmelka with the midsection. There's Dowd and Weegar with sticks and gloves up in the air. And they're separated. 4:06 to go in the second period. 1-0. Vegas leading. Where will the spark come from for the Utah Mammoth?
And it's 1 big hit. It's a block shot. It's a shot on net. That's how quick things can turn. And I think Clayton Keller, again, their top line is chipping away. Every time they step on the ice, they're spending it in the offensive zone. And that's something that they can build off of. It becomes waves of black.
Kyler Yamamoto back on the ice for the Utah Mammoth. He had gone back to the dressing room. We were worried about injury, but he's out there now with Guenther and Cooley. This was a line that caught fire towards the end of the regular season, and they have provided some of the most entertaining moments in this series so far. Face-off controlled by Vegas, a backhanded shot, gloved by Vejmelka, and he is able to melt it down for a whistle. And we'll try this again as Dursey and Brett Howden have a quick conversation.
This is where you need your goaltender, Karel Vejmelka. He's allowed 10 goals in the last 2 games. You got to shut the door. Right now, this has to be his best game of the season.
And there was nobody leaned on heavier than Karel Vejmelka was leaned on by the Utah Mammoth this season. He played the most games of anybody in the National Hockey League. Was the first goalie to 20 wins, the first goalie to 30 wins, ended up with the second most wins behind Andrei Vasilevsky of Tampa Bay.
Wow, you are on your game tonight, Fultz.
I like to read in my spare time. Gentleman and the Scholar. There's a puck in front of Vejmelka. He has his pads flush on the ice. Centering pass is knocked away by Alexander Kerfoot. Here's Durzi leading the attack through center. He'll pump it in deep. Cooley on the forecheck. In with Gunther. Yamamoto towards the front. Takes a redirect. Back to the corner. Yamamoto turning and fighting through some contact. Yamamoto stick handling in the slot. Gave it away. And Mitch Marner escapes to center. Angled up the ice, Brett Howden in hot pursuit. Howden centers, comes on goal. Vejmelka's got a piece of it, and he's got it covered. Some more sticks and gloves up in the air as Mark Stone puts Durzi in a headlock. Those two had some battles when Durzi was an LA King in the Pacific Division. 3:27 to go in the second period, 1-0.
Wow, that's a big stop by Karel Vejmelka. I think that came off the skate. It was a centering feed by Howden. I think everyone in the building, including Vejmelka, thought he was going to go all the way around the net. And somehow he put that puck out front, hit the skate of Yamamoto, and off the pad of Karel Vejmelka, who was just in perfect position, square of the puck, taking away the lower part of the net. That could have been real dangerous.
And head coach Andre Tourigny sends out his fourth line for this defensive zone faceoff, and it's Kevin Stenlund on his off wing against Tomas Hertl, who's a very good faceoff man in his own right. After a scrum, it comes out to the Golden Knights. That's Korzak down the wing. He shoots one off the pads of Vejmelka. Loose puck is sent wide by Hertl. On the near side, Ian Cole takes a bump but moves it ahead to McBain. Jack McBain playing through injury. Now Brandon Tanev glides in down the near side and swings one around the boards in the offensive zone. McBain chops one past Lausanne. Out wide to the left point. Back for McBain, then along for Tanev on the far wing. Brandon Tanev towards the net. Out wide. Cole fires on a sharp angle. It was walled off by Carter Hart. Ian Cole, low to high. Weegar bumps one over for Tanev. Weegar straight away. Cole sets one up, and that's blocked by the shin pad of Hertl. Sent out ahead, and this is Keegan Colasar pursuing. Tanev is back. Now a 2-on-1. Smith walks in. Shoots. Save made by Vejmelka. Back behind the net it goes. Into the corner. This is Hertl. Up high. Theodore. McNabb left point. He looks in and will hand it off to Colasar. Around the boards it comes. Weegar pins Hertl up against the corner wall. Got some tired Mammoth out there right now. Hertl fighting through some contact. Sent that shot off the elbow of Kevin Stenlund. Noah Hannafin tees one up for Theodore with a wrister that flutters high over the head of the 6'4" Karel Vejmelka. Jack Eichel skating with the puck up top. Eichel fighting through the check of Brandon Tanev. Puck on the far side is that's Carcone who pins one of the Golden Knights against the boards. It's loose for a moment and then stolen. Eichel down the middle shoots. It was blocked. Ian Cole corrals it, moves it up the wall. Carcone takes a whack but cannot clear. Great pressure by Vegas. Theodore, left circle, shoots, deflects up and stays in play. It's Dorofeev now getting stapled against the glass by Carcone. Danger time for Utah on an extended shift. Eichel on the goal line. On his backhand, feeds the middle for Dorofeev. He'll walk it back out to the wall. What a shift here by Vegas. Dorofeev had the hat trick 2 nights ago. Eichel had it chopped off his stick. Mammoth to the line, but not out. Anderson, left circle. Back skating to the blue line, and then curling it around for Jack Eichel. Eichel at the left faceoff dot now, taking his measurements from out high. He'll drop it off for Hannafin. Crowd getting restless, centering pass. Whack to the blue line, but not out. Anderson has it right point. Mammoth desperately trying to clear the zone. Eichel pulls it off the wall, poked away by Stenlund. Back onto it is Barbashev. He skates with the puck on his backhand. These skaters for Utah can barely move right now.
Get the oxygen tanks out. This is ridiculous.
Barbashev down the wing, up top. Marner, slap shot, scores. Utah couldn't hold the dam, and Mitch Marner scores with 42 seconds left in the second period. Mammoth unable to get the puck out of their own zone after a shift that seemed to stretch into eternity, and Mitch Marner has his first goal of the playoffs for Vegas. 2-0 late in period 2.
Oh, I have been there, and that is not the position you want to be in. You could just feel it. Nothing left for the Utah Mammoth. Their legs were straight, full of lactic acid, and the Vegas Golden Knights, they did a really good job making sure they didn't take a bad shot, and that shot by Marner went right through the legs of Cole, who screened Karel Vejmelka on the play and just blew it past him, top corner, over top of that catching mitt of Karel Vejmelka. Good on the Vegas Golden Knights. They smelled blood and they jumped on it.
2-0 late in period 2. That shift for Vegas in the offensive zone was 2 minutes and 5 seconds. It was Weegar, Cole, with Stenlund, Carcone, and Tanev that were stuck out there. This comes all the way down the ice behind the Vegas net. 25 seconds left in the second period. At the red line, Cole Smith. This is Colton Sissons, jostled up against the glass by Clayton Keller. Couple seconds left in the period. Slap shot just missed wide from McNabb. On that far corner, Schmidt takes his man up against the board. Schmidt trying to keep his hands free. Wide open. Theodore Arister missed everything. McNabb shoots, and Vejmelka makes a last-second save on a shot that had a good chance from McNabb on this left circle. But it's 2-0 Vegas after the most recent goal from Mitch Marner. Adrian Denny has your second intermission report. Our Mark Miller second intermission report. And he's going to tell you how Utah is going to come back in this third period right after this on Hockey Night in Utah.
I'm Lone Cooley. You're listening to Utah Mammoth Hockey.
Hockey's not just a game. It's a clash of sticks. It's sprays of ice and crazy saves. It's slap shots and the scrape of blades. It's an endless series of touch-and-go moments that make you feel alive. Through the highs and lows, you march your way down the long road to the playoffs alongside your team, with your jersey on and your heart on your sleeve, because they couldn't do it without you. And when you're there for your team, the NHL store is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLshop.com. A Fanatics experience.
Hey, Utah, are you ready for the Utah Mammoth to hit the ice? Catch every moment of the action with Mammoth Plus. Stream games, watch anywhere, and get games and highlights anytime. Stream at UtahMammothPlus.com.
At Atlas Investment Management, we get to know you. Unlike the large national firms, we are right here in your community. We take the time to understand your goals, your dreams, your story. And then we build a proactive, hands-on strategy around them. Because outperform isn't just our tagline, it's who we are. Atlas Investment Management, where you are our focus.
Investment advisory services offered through Ignite Planners LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
For over a century, one name stands above the rest when it comes to ice cream and bringing families together. Far Better Ice Cream creates magical moments, one delicious scoop at a time. From your favorite childhood flavors to exciting new combinations, Far's has something to satisfy every craving. Visit your local grocery store and take your favorite Far's flavor home with you, or grab a scoop during the game. Far Better Ice Cream, bringing families together for more than a century, one scoop at a time. Far Better Ice Cream, only the best for family and friends.
Utah, let's keep winning. On the court, on the ice, and in your business. Les Olson IT is your local partner for technology that never quits. From managed IT and cloud solutions to printers, copiers, security cameras, and alarms, Les Olson IT has got you covered. Celebrating 10 years in IT, backed by 70 years of trusted business experience. Les Olson IT, keeping Utah connected, secure, and ready to win.
Les Olson IT.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
The biggest plays on the ice.
He's up ahead, Pacioretty to the net. Backhand score! What a move!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.